you think they should practice their career, they think they should go into, and they are still struggling, trying their hands on all kind of things.
Yeah, that is important. If I don't get my newspaper, I've not started.
You were reading your newspaper?
Yes, yes. I mean, I have a particular columnist. In fact, if he goes on leave, I may not buy newspaper until he returns.
As a secondary school student, what year was that?
Yes,
what year is
we are talking about the 1970s.
1970s.
Yes, I'll go out every day to buy my newspaper. I mean, no, not every day. I can read the other days in bed. The main one is Sunday. There's a particular columnist. I must read him. And he inspired me a lot. And I wanted to write like
him.
Yeah. So of course, when I continue with that, even when I was reading economics in the secondary school, in the university, at the University of Ghana, I was a member of the press club.
Okay.
In fact, some of my classmates who said, "This man, are you serious? You know how tough economics is, and you are wasting your time writing and all that. Come and face your this thing, otherwise you fail." And I said, no, don't worry. I was able to balance the two. And all that. So I was writing, I mean, as a member of the press club, and I was also doing, and then of course,
okay, so
I was able to also come out with very good grade. I made a second class upper.
The second class.
Yeah, and then of course, second class upper was like the first class.
First class.
In fact, by then the university hadn't recorded, that department hadn't recorded any first class. So, first class was a rarity then, very, very rare.
So did you continue your writing? Did you continue writing when you got admission to the university?
Yes.
And
yes.
And if you did, what was the first job you got after you left the university?
Yeah.
And also, if you have a remarkable story, what transpired while you were in university?
The first job I also got after the university was journalism job. I mean, interestingly, in fact, some of my classmates were going into banking, some going into stockbroking and all that. I was looking for a journalism job. It was like,
you were intentional about your search.
Yes. Okay. Some people will say, "This man, what is their problem? Are you serious? With second class upper in economics, and you want to go to how much do the newspapers pay anyway, and all that, and you're going to look for them instead of going to banking to make good money and all that." But then I really got a journalism job at New Breed organization, one of the best, especially when it comes to investigative journalism. In fact, yes, in fact, it had New Breed then had two publications: The President, which is business and economy publication, and then what do you call it? The New Breed newspaper, magazine itself. They were all printed abroad, and then, in fact, by the time I was applying to join a New Breed organization, I was saying, if they employ me and then give me just transport money, I'm good.
Okay, now we are due for a break. Now, when we come back from this break, Dr. Ray is actually the author of two books. One of them is The Power
of One Man.
Yeah. And the second is The
Rage of the Risk God.
The Rage of the Risk God. I want to find out what informed, most especially the name of the second book.
Yeah.
Yes. I want to find out why you wrote those books and for what purpose, what inspired you to write that book. We'll be doing that after this break. Do stay with us.
For us here at the School of Eloquence, our primary focus is on the art of public speaking, because it's a major problem. And public speaking, we must understand, is the raw art of speaker to audience oral communication.
I got a lot more than I actually expected. I have overcome the fears I used to have.
The more you speak, the better you are at speaking.
School of Eloquence is the place you can be, and there's a turnaround. That change you are expecting, you get it there.
Welcome back and many thanks for joining us. It's Career Success and we are still talking to the financial journalist, Dr. Ray Echegbiri. Welcome once again to the program.
Thank you very much.
Now, I would like to find out some, most especially, first of all, you wrote a book, you wrote 2 books actually. One of them is The Power of One Man. You wrote about one of the, The Power of One Man, and that is the former CBN governor,
Professor Chukwuma Soludo.
Charles Chukwuma Soludo.
Yes.
Then you also wrote another book, The Rage of the Risk God.
Yes.
What informed the writing of those books?
Yeah, you know, I'm usually excited when everybody talks about my books, because you can't just sit down and write a book if you are not really excited or passionate about what you're writing. No. Otherwise, I mean, you can meet writer's block and then that's the end. You may not make progress. So the first one is Rage of the Risk God.
Yes.
You know, what happened then was immediately after the exit of Professor Chukwuma Soludo as the central bank governor, came the global financial crisis, which was occasioned by the mortgage crisis in the US. Of course, it went round the whole world and all that. So, of course, it affected Nigerian banks in some way.
I see.
And then it was after that Sanusi, Lamido Sanusi, came in as the central bank governor to replace Chukwuma Soludo. So, because of what happened, the global financial crisis, the effect on Nigerian banks, some of the banks started having issues, started having problems. How did this happen? Immediately after the banking consolidation, many banks had a lot of money. Some of them were quite bullish. They wanted to expand, they wanted to lend, they wanted to, I mean, of course, that was natural. That was quite natural. When you have so much money in your vote, do you keep it there? No. If you keep it there, it doesn't yield anything for you. Like the classical economists will tell you, cash is barren. So
investment,
it doesn't bear children. So you have to invest it to make money, more money. So some of them, even what they had was like not enough anymore for them. They started looking outside to borrow more money from foreign banks, foreign investment banks and all that. And they were, of course, giving them because the opportunities are there. So then came the global financial crisis. It started hitting many American banks. So what they did was to start calling some of the loans they had extended to Nigerian banks. Of course, it was not planned. So some of them started having problems because you just have to give them back their money. And meanwhile, this is money you had already invested, possibly in mortgage, maybe in an estate. I mean, somebody is developing a real estate and you give some billions of naira and the person hadn't even finished. And the person that gave you money said, hey, please, I want my money back and all that. Now, and there's nothing you could do and all that you gave them. So now, because of that, some of them started having problems and all that. Of course, when...
so that's where you got the name, the Rage of the Risk God.
The Rage of the Risk God now we are talking about is the Sanusi himself, Lamido Sanusi. You know, he is an expert in risk management. In fact, one of the best, actually, in the country. You know, he became the managing director of First Bank, and that was where he was picked to become and was made the CBN governor. His special area is risk management, risk analysis, right? So, because of what he did, you know, first he sacked MDs of banks, the entire management of how many banks and all that, and then, so that was why I got this name, Rage of the Risk God.
Let me bring
It's a small God now.
Yes, I
not
understand.
the big one.
Yes. Let me bring you. Let me bring you into those books. How have they contributed to your portfolio, you as a successful person? And how has it moved you up the ladder?
Now, let me tell you straight away. in terms of status, those books have added to my status. In terms of money, they've added a lot. Yes. The interesting thing is that the first one, Rage of the Risk God, was also published abroad by Ex Libris. So I should be earning some dollars on a regular basis from the sales.
Great.
There. Yeah. Of course, I launched it and then it was still selling here and all that. So I made good money from that. And the second one is still selling and selling very fast. That is the power of one man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Now I want to know. You faced challenges.
Yeah.
Whilst you were climbing the rung of your career.
Yeah.
Yes. You faced some challenges.
Yeah.
And you overcame some of those challenges. There were some mountains you had to jump over. What are those challenges you faced, and how did you overcome them?
Yeah. You see, in any career, you don't move just straight. There something must maybe an obstacle somewhere and all that. It may have to do with certain things you face in your place of work. Some people are now saying, no. Hi, why should it be this guy? Why should we get this? Why should we not get that and all that? But the important thing is, even when you are having those challenges or those obstacles, face straight.
Can you point out a specific scenario?
Yeah, at the time, for instance, when I was in Champion newspapers,
okay,
it was the belief that my promotion was too rapid. Yeah, they felt my promotion was too rapid. Of course, some other people will be saying, no, why this guy, why the, and the interesting thing is that I even left Champion newspapers to go abroad for my postgraduate, and even when I came back, I came back to the job and all that, and it was like, hey, why should this guy, his job, you are keeping his job, waiting for, I came back to the same position, as a matter of fact. So it was like, hey, why him? At least some other person should have, when he comes, he finds his level and all that. But of course, the management felt that I should continue.
You're worth it.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
now I would like to get another specific scenario of any kind of promotion, accolade, or celebration you got from any of the organization you were working from that really launched you out there, that you felt, yes, this is it, you felt good. That is quite a success in my career.
Yeah, let me tell you one that is very remarkable.
Yes,
it's not even just from the management. No, it's from the public. When I was the editor of Financial Standard, I went there when the paper was not very, very stable, no. And I went there and my impact, I'm not, at the risk of sounding immodest now.
Yes.
The paper became hot cake. It was selling like granite. Financial Standard. In fact, I want to believe it that it's the first paper in this country where if you want to place an advert, at some point, at the peak of the newspaper, when it was doing very, very well, if you don't have your money or have your check,
Already on ground.
Sorry, your advert will not go. Sorry. And when it comes to selling, the copy sales, some weeks, it was a weekly newspaper. At some point...
Weekly newspaper?
Yes. At some point, at some point, they unsold, what you call unsold, that, people didn't buy. You can just count them like this. So it was selling like granite. So as far as I'm concerned, that was the best endorsement. That was the best that anybody, it's more than giving me money, because I just felt I and my colleagues were doing something right.
What was driving you? Because you said something earlier that you don't want, sometimes you just want to be paid transportation, you don't want to be paid salary, because you just want to work. What was driving you on the inside?
It's the passion. The passion. I wanted to do something different, and I was doing something different. And that thing, I got it from the motto of my university in the UK.
Okay.
The motto is do different.
Do different.
And I applied that seriously. And then the other one was the what you call the Schumpeterian theory of creative destruction. So
Creative destruction.
So almost every month, I was doing something new in financial standard. I was innovating. So when you read financial standard this month, it's not the same thing you see next month. So if you are competing, if you want to catch me, no, you can't. And then we're doing something different.
Okay.
I mean, totally different from what the whole industry was. So that was why the paper was it was swearing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you feel terrified when speaking before a group? Are you stressed when asked to present? Do you bore people when speaking? Are you stuck with reading word for word? How do you give a speech with polish? Learn how at the School of Eloquence.
The home of public speaking for private coaching in public speaking. Call 0802 303 2066 or log on to schoolofeloquence.org.
School of Eloquence, teaching the world to speak.
Lastly, in this generation, you see what the youths and the young people are doing. It's a creativity is everywhere in tech, creativity, creative industry, and all of that. How could you advise the young people to not just monetize their creativity, but also to sustain their creativity so that it will yield to them and in a sustainable way where they can't even lose it?
Yeah, the whole of my story here, I don't think I ever mentioned to you that I was pursuing money. No. The first attraction is, this place, am I likely to get in there and make the right impact? Am I passionate about what I'm going to do here or what I'm doing here and all that? Do that, make the right impact, money will come. You have to be passionate about what you are doing or what you want to do. Don't just follow everybody take, how you move into take. Whether it's something that excites you or not. If something doesn't excite me, forget it. I'm not going there. If I'm not passionate about anything, I am not going there. It's not about money.
I see.
Yeah, because if I'm passionate about something and I'm excited about it and I'm doing it and doing it very well, know how money will come.
I see.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, those are Dr. Ray's words. Passion, interest. If he's not passionate about a thing, he will not go in there. And because he's passionate, look at where his passion has gotten him. And I think you should take that line too, because it will get you somewhere remarkable. Thank you so much, Dr. Ray, for your time.
Thank you very much.
With us on Career Success.
Thank you very much.
I'm shaking a
Thank
successor.
You
So, that's an enlightening conversation with Dr. Ray. He's a true giant in financial journalism and a beacon of leadership and wisdom. Now, remember that each of us has the power to make an impact, to embrace risk, and to lead with purpose. Until next time, stay inspired, stay motivated, and keep striving for your own version of success. I'm Oyinpriye Krumale. Thanks for watching.
A new day dawns, full of possibilities. Take the first step towards your dreams. Empower your mind with positive thoughts. Achieve more. Make a difference in someone's life today. Impossibility is nothing.
Welcome to Achievement. On the Achievements channel, Nigeria's first and only 100% motivational TV station, broadcasting from the School of Eloquence studio here in Ikoyi, Lagos, Nigeria. Achievement is a platform dedicated to men who are striving for more. Men redefining success, leadership, and fulfillment beyond titles, trophies, or expectations. Here, we explore real stories and struggles and real growth. I'm your host, Victor Diali. My friends call me Victorious Victor. And today's episode is titled Redefining Success Beyond Titles and Bank Accounts. Success isn't just about wealth or recognition. It's about alignment, purpose, and peace. And to help us unpack this powerful theme, I'm joined by two accomplished gentlemen who have lived and led through transformation. First, Akin Opatola, a distinguished real estate professional and president of International Real Estate Federation, FIABC Nigeria's chapter. He is also the founder and principal partner at Olawole Jordan Company, one of Nigeria's leading real estate consulting firms. With a solid foundation in banking and over a decade of experience in finance, Akin transitioned from real estate, becoming a chartered surveyor and registered valuer and internationally accredited mediator. Passionate about mentoring the next generation of professionals. Also joining us today is Chris Obaisi, an accomplished entrepreneur, wealth creator, and motivational speaker with a background in economics, insurance, and risk management. Chris has led major financial institutions, including his tenure as CEO of Spring Life Assurance under Enterprise Bank. Today, he channels his experience into structured finance, business advisory, and agriculture investments, while mentoring young professionals across multiple sectors. Together, we'll be exploring what it truly means to live a life that's not just successful, but significant, one that balances ambition with purpose and achievement with impact. Welcome back. And welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
It's really nice to have you in the studio today at Achievement. We want to talk about success. You are both very accomplished men. But I'd like you to talk a little bit about success for us. You see, society defines success with wealth, recognition, going up the corporate ladder, and things like that. Let me ask you, first of all, Akin, why do you think this leaves a lot of men so empty in their lives? I mean, I relate with a lot of men by reason of the work I do, and I see that a lot of men tend to feel so empty. Why do you think this definition leaves a lot of men empty?
Okay, good one. So the challenge typically lies with when you try to measure your life with somebody else's life. I think it's bad. You must have your own calling. You must have your own purpose also. Follow your own journey. Yeah. Everybody's journey will be different. Yes, success is good. The definition of success means different things to different people. But you see, what you believe in is critical. As long as you're happy with it, yeah. I think you should measure success in your own way. Society there's a lot of pressure now, naturally. You look at your neighbor, look at your secondary school peers, yeah. You look at, generally, you see what is happening outside, and that pressure is there. But most importantly, are you happy by God? Are you happy by yourself and by family? And I think if you follow those things, then you're good.
That's quite interesting. Chris, what do you think?
Success to me is actualization of one's dream.
Okay.
And it's very key, and that's what I want every man to quickly look into. If you have picked fat bank account as a success,
yeah,
it becomes your definition.
I see.
But that is external validation. But purpose driven is another major thing. When you wake up from while you're still, maybe you are from the very low background then, and you're seeing yourself that, oh, I want to have high-rise XYZ places.
True.
It's a dream. Yes, so actualization of that dream becomes success. I might not have fat money in my bank account.
Okay.
But maybe by virtue of partnership, SPV, I'm able to have that high rise. I've accomplished. That's external validation.
So you're saying that everyone needs to define success for themselves.
It's an individual thing.
Individual. However, Akin, you will agree with me that growing up, especially in this kind of society that we are in, we see our neighbors doing things, we see our neighbors' children, they have certain things that our children don't have and are asking for. We see our classmates living in certain neighborhoods and estates, and we don't have access to things like that. We see children in schools, they're going abroad for summer, and when you come back to school and they ask you, where did you travel to? You say, I went to the village, and it becomes a challenge for a lot of people, peer pressure. Join that with what we have in our society today, talking about social media, the power of social media and what people see. How do you think that social media is putting pressure on men especially to keep up with the Joneses?
Awesome. So that pressure is insane. I feel it. I know it's everywhere. Social media can be for good, and it can also have its huge challenges. So you see, my colleague touched on it.
Yeah.
You must have your own definition of success,
Yeah.
and you must follow it through.
All right.
No matter where the pressure comes in from. And I say that because you must also understand your core values and be consistent.
Yes.
Follow it through. For instance, I read real estate in school.
Okay.
I am now doing what I had planned to do. Are there several people that are more accomplished than me? Yes. Am I trying to benchmark, whether using social media or not? Absolutely not. I'm happy. I'm contented. I am absolutely consistent. I will not jump from one place to the other because, hey, my neighbor is a medical doctor. He has 2 cars.
Yes.
He carries the children on vacation. Oh, no. And I would also like to bring it home and to also speak to a few men that, look, the way we also train our kids to be strong-willed. Whether you go to the village, there are essential things they will learn.
Yes.
Where they go to.
Correct.
And things like that.
Correct.
So whether it's a village, whether it's overseas, travel is travel, and they will learn some key things.
Yeah.
And those things will also form their own character even as they grow up.
And even overseas, maybe all they learn is shopping.
Like that.
They learn how to shop. They go to the big malls and all of that. And the person goes to the village, learns some critical skills for leadership and for growth. Let me ask you, Chris, is there any personal experience that made you begin to question this definition of success that people have had in terms of wealth, in terms of personal ambition, fat bank accounts and things like that? Is there any personal life experience that made you start questioning it?
Yeah, thank you very much. While I was small,
yes,
I was brought up on the streets.
Oh, you're a street boy.
And while I was in school, I intentionally developed that thing I hate poverty. So how did I start? I started moving with the not even middle, high net worth individuals' children. So what do? Know how we behave. We are the boys. They don't know anything, Abi. But I was learning then to say, when I get to the houses, I'll look at the parents, I'll look at the houses, I'll say, okay, fine. Those are the concept of what I want to have for myself in future.
Oh.
Now, it got to a stage, I was with even the likes of the Said Elegushi and co, who all went to Lagos University, all together, same set, economics. So that propelled me a lot to success, because most of the time when we were sitting down, and you know, I was staying in one estate called Ibai Estate. So most of the students there, they will say, his parents stay there. I will not stay with my parents. I rather rented apartment away, because so that they will even know me.
Yeah.
You know, those things made me to see success as, sorry, they don't have two heads. They have one head, like me. So, and their parents made that wealth. I'm going to make my own and leave. And while I was in NYSC, I saw people preparing CV. And I asked a question, it was a jamming question I asked myself then.
Yeah.
Can I have IRI? Can I build this empire by seeking for a job? By preparing CV? I just said that to myself, Chris, no, you won't. It's not possible.
That's amazing at that stage in your life.
I said, yes, it's not possible.
Yeah.
So while I went back to Lagos, I went to meet a friend. Sorry, can I be selling something for you on a commission? Because I know that's the only way you can make money. You are open. He said, why not? So he introduced me to his uncle. He said, okay, you can give me a stipend, you know. So I'm just an ordinary. So, but anything I sell, give me commission on it. He said, okay, discuss with uncle. They took me there, and I said, okay, fine. I was selling soap.
Wow.
You know, I'll do the soap. I'll put my rucksack. I'll go to the market, I'll get the sample, I'll get suppliers.
Okay.
I deliver it. With that potential, so which I have this natural born ability in me.
To sell.
I see. So I picked up an insurance job. So when I picked up an insurance job in October, what did I do to myself? October, December, I was top 10.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Let me hear from Akin. Do you have any life experience, if you can share that with us in less than 1 minute?
Yes, I do. So growing up, my dad was a civil servant.
Okay.
Worked in one of the ministries. But you see, and he had tried to develop myself and my siblings with that character.
I see.
Money was not too much, but he cultivated the habit of savings. He reached the pinnacle of his career gradually. Of course, we had neighbors in the neighborhood where we were staying, where people were very, very well off. But he instilled with us that character, that, hey, it's not about how much you have, it's how much you can save. So he built houses in Lagos, built houses in Abuja, built houses in the village. From savings.
And so, he wasn't moved by what his neighbors and friends and all
goodness.
Were doing.
In fact, he will also tell us that, look, okay, even if I have all the money, during my obituary, how many times do you see people mention people's bank accounts?
Wow.
Whether foreign or local. They will say legacy. They will say the things the person has done, the impact.
Thank you.
So that lived with myself and my siblings.
What a fantastic experience. My friends, you've done a fantastic job in helping us to understand this definition of success and the difference between how people tend to look at success and how we should look at success. You've told us that really success is how you define it. Success is how you define it. So people should not be struggling. You should not feel uncomfortable when somebody else beside you seems to be succeeding, because really, if you look at some of those people, if you x-ray their lives, some people you think are succeeding, you really x-ray their lives, you go and hear their stories, you'll be shocked that it's either the success is not real or there's something else they did that you would never do.
That's correct.
And in this era of social media, almost all the things on social media, honestly, put so much pressure on people, but they are not real. And in this era of artificial intelligence, you can see that there are certain images you see, they are not real.
Absolutely.
Someone can take your voice and put on Akin's voice and make Akin to have a big chest as if he's a as if he's a bodybuilder. Meanwhile, he's a very slim gentleman and very fit. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining
pleasure.
us. Thank you. And now we're going to go on a quick break. And when we come back, we'll talk some more about success.
Do you feel terrified when speaking before a group? Are you stressed when asked to present? Do you bore people when speaking? Are you stuck with reading word for word? How do you give a speech with polish? Learn how at the School of Eloquence,
the home of public speaking. Attend our practical coaching in public speaking. Call 0802 303 2066 or log on to schoolofeloquence.org.
School of Eloquence, teaching the world to speak.
Yeah, I am Chizimako Akabusi John. I want to say a big shout out to Achievement Channel for your good work, your innovations, and your encouragement. A big shout out. Goza! Goza! Goza!
My name is Adejo Oshaba, the chairman of Zichis Agro-Allied Industries PLC. A big shout out to Achievement Channel, to you and all the effort you're putting in. And may all, whatever you're doing, crown with success going forward. Thank you.
Welcome back to Achieve Men. And we do have the men of achievement here who have told us a lot about success and the definition of success. Now, we want to talk about purpose, gentlemen. You did mention while we were discussing, we talked about purpose. I think you mentioned something about calling, and I did hear purpose from one of you, and then you talked about ambition. So, question is, how can a man tell when his life and work are in full or true alignment with their purpose? So maybe you want to first of all tell us, Akin, what do you believe purpose is? When you mentioned calling, what do you believe calling is? And how can a man tell if their life and work are in alignment with that calling or purpose?
Okay. So it's difficult to explain. But you see, for myself and for the viewers, if I want to simplify it, and this is the way I'll explain it to my younger self or to a kid, I'll say, if you're happy, if what you are doing makes you happy, makes your family happy, and it pleases your God, honestly, I think it is fine. And I say that because, so I see teachers. To me, I think teachers should be the highest paid.
I agree with you, honestly. I've always thought about that.
Firefighters, the amazing policemen, the armed forces that take care of the nation. But you see, it is not so. But what you don't want is looking over your shoulder and say, if I am a businessman, Dangote or $10, maybe your calling, your purpose will be different. Are you happy? Are you pleased? Does it please your God? Is family happy? Everybody's race will be different.
Because there used to be a program on TV, The Rich Also Cry. You remember that? The Rich Also Cry. So people who are wealthy sometimes are not happy when you talk about happiness. There are people who have everything they want, everything they need, but they're not happy. And that's why you find some celebrities committing suicide and we're shocked. We're like, oh, but this person seems to be the happiest person on earth. So there needs to be that alignment, like you said. What do you think, Chris?
One of the major causes of depression is when there is no alignment of your purpose and your work-life balance. Now, let me just bring it this way. My purpose in life is to make sure I build successful people.
Okay.
And along the line, I am compromising my principle because I want money. Is there any alignment there?
Well, but you have to pay the bills.
No. Is there no alignment? That is, my purpose in life is to build people.
Yes.
In terms of integrity, credibility, accuracy. And along the line, I find myself in a society environment whereby those principles, those core values, I'm compromising in the course of work. and I'm lying to people out there, this is how it should be, and that's not how it should be. Am I aligning?
I see where you're going with that. Yes.
So when you look at that aspect, you realize that a lot of us, especially in this part of the world, we are only living life for existence.
Survival.
Yeah, not for impactful. Because one of the key things I always tell any born leader is to learn to mentor, monitor, motivate, and multiply.
Please, can you say that again? There are how many M's there? I think I see like 4 M's there.
4 M's.
You said what?
You need to
mentor, yes.
Because you have a mission.
Yes.
You need to mentor. You need to motivate.
Motivate,
you need to monitor your...
monitor.
There is what we call succession plan, which is you must multiply yourself.
And then multiply yourself in others. Yeah. That's leaving a legacy.
Thank you. So if you cannot get that right, life is meaningless. No matter what the fat bank account you have or the asset you have acquired.
Well, absolutely true. I mean, I recently went for a funeral, and as the burial was going on, I was reflecting. I mean, this is someone who at some point was extremely rich, could afford everything they wanted, but was going into a very small compartment in the earth, and there was nothing else going with that person. All the big cars, all the money, all the houses, all the, everything, and this person just goes alone. And so I asked myself, so what is the point fighting for all of those things? Because my next question is, which one do you think brings more fulfillment? Is it achieving our purpose or achieving our ambition? Becoming wealthy if we wanted to be wealthy, achieving the things we want to achieve. Or being in alignment with our core purpose. Okay, what would you say? Which one do you think brings more fulfillment?
So I think the two go hand in hand.
Okay.
I think the two go hand in hand. And I'll give you a few classic examples. Number one, permit me to also drop some names. If you look at somebody like chairman of UBA Group,
yes,
Tony Elumelu.
Yes.
He acquired wealth,
yes,
highly successful. Then the banking policy came out that, hey, if you've done more than 10 years as a bank CEO, you must leave.
To leave, yes.
In fact, I think
he was probably
amazing.
the first to
yes. Put succession planning in place, like you rightly said, and he has built a lot of leaders that have run the bank successfully.
True, absolutely.
In leaving, in fact, he has even grown his legacy far and beyond with his entrepreneurship concept that he's doing across Africa.
And the interesting thing is that I worked at UBA at some point.
Wow.
Before he came anyway, yes.
You can imagine.
I worked at UBA before.
Interesting.
Before they took over UBA. And the interesting thing about UBA is my dad worked at UBA.
No way.
My mom worked at UBA. I worked at UBA, and I met my wife at UBA.
Wow.
So that legacy continues. Wow. That legacy. So go ahead. Yeah.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
So you see that he had made the wealth. Wealth is good.
Absolutely.
Wealth is good. And he has impacted the legacy part.
Yes.
And he still has youth on his side. So
absolutely.
I'm still wondering what he's still going to do with
more. Yes.
That's one. So if you look at somebody like Nelson Mandela, he was never known to have deep pockets or amassed wealth.
True.
But you see, he has his purpose. He has redefined when you say forgiveness. And it is legendary. You mentioned that name, it is household. People like Dr. Adadevo,
yes,
that sacrificed her own self.
True.
So you see it now cascade around Mother Teresa.
Yes.
These are not people that have made wealth, but their name still lingers on and on.
True.
So it's amazing. Yeah. We just have to strike that balance together. It's a delicate skill.
I think I agree with you. Chris, what would you say? Which is more important? Which one do you think brings more fulfillment? Is it someone who achieves what they want, or someone who at the end of the day is able to make impact and there's alignment with their purpose. Akin has given the examples of people like Nelson Mandela, who I love so much. He talked about forgiveness with Nelson Mandela. I remember one time I was teaching a workshop, and I did use the Nelson Mandela example, and somebody, it was in South Africa, and somebody said, no, I don't consider him a good leader because he could not forgive. And I was like, wait a minute, what are you talking about? He could not forgive. And she said, he could not forgive his wife. Winnie Mandela, right? So, but then, if you really go into Nelson Mandela's head, you probably understand why he chose, because you can make a decision, right? You can make a decision, and your decision can be based on certain principles. Maybe it doesn't mean that he didn't forgive. He could have forgiven in his heart, but made a decision that I'm not going to go ahead with this. So, what do you think brings that fulfillment?
No, one is external validation, the other one is internal validation.
Okay.
Society is also a major factor that can influence this. If there is adequate social welfare security on ground.
Okay.
I think internal validation supersedes external validation. Now, I ask myself a question: why are people amassing so much wealth, and you end up not going with the wealth? And you end up failing yourself internally. Because people realize when they are expired. And how do you see yourself expiring? I will tell you, it's a very simple thing. You are a rich man, but you have a scattered home. And the first level devil wants to penetrate a nation is to scatter a family.
Family, yes.
Now, devil has won, but you have wealth. Now, you're not going to expiration age. Nowhere to go to.
That's you mean the old
age?
Okay. When
I see your wealth here and there,
yes.
scattered.
Yeah.
People are waiting for you to die to eat the money, and your children are nowhere to be found. Now I ask a salient question:
wow,
which one is superior?
Superior. I understand that.
I rest my comment there.
All right, thank you so much, Chris and Akin. Thank you so much for being here. But I want to ask you, what are your final words for our viewers out there? I know this is achievement, but I also know that there are a lot of ladies who are watching us and enjoying what we're discussing, and maybe they will share with the men in their lives. If you wanted to drop a final word, even if it's one word, 2 words, 3 words, a phrase, a sentence, what would be your final word? Let's start with you, Akin.
So for me, it's almost like a prayer that we should all strive for contentment.
Contentment.
Yes, and a little bit of consistency. Whatever you are doing, keep at it. This journey for success is not. It's a journey.
It's a journey.
It's a journey.
And
so
not a destination.
Not a destination. Right. Keep at it. A lot of the successful people you see there, they've been at it. If you look through their journeys, so that you don't hop from one place to the other, and stay consistent and be contented. Yeah.
So contentment and consistency. That's what we need, Chris.
To be purposeful in life, you must be intentionally disciplined. Okay. Allow your principle overrule your preferences. That's just what I would say to anybody. And you to do that, especially for the younger ones, the single ones, please, it's a message. You be intentional about your spouse. Because 75% of your purpose will be determined by the spouse you choose.
Oh, that is serious. 75%
of your purpose in life will be determined by the spouse you choose.
I need to go and chew more on that. I need to chew more on that.
Because a lot of people failed at that level.
Yeah.
They put external validation above internal satisfaction.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Chris. You are saying intentional discipline is what we need, and then of course contentment and consistency. Thank you so much for being with us, gentlemen. Thank you. What a powerful conversation we've had today. Ladies and gentlemen, redefining success not as what we possess, but who we become in the process. A huge thank you to my guests, Akin Okpatola and Chris Ogbaisi, for sharing such deep insights and experiences. If today's discussion has inspired you, remember this: true success isn't about climbing higher, but becoming deeper, more aligned, more fulfilled, and more impactful. Join us next time on Achievement as we continue to explore the journeys, the struggles, and the triumphs that shape extraordinary men. Ladies and gentlemen, please follow at Achievements channel on Instagram, Facebook, X, as you know, Twitter, and YouTube for more inspiring content and updates. Don't miss it. Use the hashtag #WeSeePossibilities and share your thoughts with us. We'd like to hear from you. My name is Victor Diali. Please call me Victorious Victor, reminding you, don't just chase success, live with purpose. Until next time, stay driven, stay grounded, and keep achieving.
Hello Achievers, and welcome to Timeless Capsule with me, Mr. Motivator, where we tap into age-old wisdom to fuel our journeys to greatness. Today's timeless truth is as powerful as it is profound. When the going gets tough, the tough get going. These words aren't just a catchy phrase. They are a philosophy, a battle cry, and a reminder that adversity is not the end, but the beginning. Indeed, the beginning of something extraordinary. Let's face